The New Haven Register spoke to Isaiah T. Diaz, chairman of the Latino and Puerto Rican Affairs Commission of the state of Connecticut, during a press conference by the Connecticut Civil Rights Coalition Wednesday at the state capitol. Diaz also spoke to the comments made by East Haven Mayor Joseph Maturo, quote, "I might have tacos when I go home, I'm not quite sure yet," unquote, spoken to a New York City WPIX reporter by Maturo. Diaz and others during the press conference also discussed the Alvin W. Penn Racial Profiling Prohibition Act and felt that it should be strengthened. Isaiah Diaz, can you tell me what commission you're on?
I'm the chairman of the State of Connecticut Latino and Puerto Rican Affairs Commission.
And here in the press conference, you talked about the remarks made by East Haven Mayor Maturo. Can you please share some of those thoughts with me about the taco comment and about the police department?
Well, I think considering the source, where when you're the leader of the city, you have to set the example for all the administration under you and for the overall climate and atmosphere of the residents in the city. Those type of comments have no place, not in any country, let alone in the United States. I think that they're very disparaging and they were made in poor taste. I think the comment is not only does it lack professionalism and the type of behavior that should be displayed by someone of his office, but I also think it's a slap in the face to the Latino community, and I myself find it personally offensive. Now, it's not really my style to bash people, but with regard to characterizing his remarks, I'll say that it's unprofessional and in poor taste, to say the least. On behalf of the Latino and Puerto Rican Affairs Commission, I'm grateful to the U.S. Attorney's Office and the U.S. Justice Department for having conducted a thorough investigation of the serious charges of civil rights offenses by police officers from the East Haven Police Department against various members of the East Haven Latino community in violation of their constitutional rights. I would also like to commend Father James Manship from St. Rose of Lima Church for defending the rights of Latino parishioners and for helping them seek justice. His support for our community is not going unnoticed. We pledge to continue helping him ensure public safety in the region and throughout the state of Connecticut. Moreover, we are fully aware that these indictments against these police officers are not evidence of guilt, and each defendant will be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And we hope they are treated with respect and dignity while they wait for their day in court. A treatment that, according to the indictments, they did not provide to their victims. Well, I can communicate to you the general sentiment of the community from a Latino perspective.
Yes.
And when you have a leader like that making those type of disparaging comments, I don't think that's the man that you want steering the ship, so to speak.
And the Penn Act, why is the Penn Act so important to update the Penn Act?
Well, because I think it needs to be given more teeth. The way it was drafted in the initial stages, while it was good as initial first effort, as you can see based on the fruit of the investigations conducted by the U.S. Department of Justice, I think it needs to be given some more teeth and make it a little more narrow in scope so that it's a lot more easier to implement and enforce.
Thank you for your time here today in Hartford at the state capitol. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The LAPRAC is already in conversation with state officials about strengthening the Alvin W. Penn anti-racial profiling law and stands ready to testify before the Connecticut General Assembly for legislation that would create stricter civil and criminal penalties for non-compliance, among other recommendations. Thank you.
Reporting from Hartford at the state capitol, this is Peter Vizdak.